What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to the Kane and I Show. We got a great show lined up for you. You're going to love it. Of course, we're talking football, college football, pro football, talking some basketball, things going on in the world of sports, things going on in news. You know how we do. You know what we do. But I just want to give my heartfelt thanks to all you guys for helping us reach 20,000 views for 2017. It's official, so you guys deserve all the applause. Keep tuning in. Keep helping us grow. We got a lot more stuff coming your way, I promise. Also, to celebrate 20,000 views, we got some special words from some special friends. And at the end of this show, the end of this video, you will see our exclusive music video, all right? So make sure you check that out. Leave some comments. Give us some thumbs up. Subscribe. All that great stuff. Keep doing what you do. We'll keep doing what we do. We're just going to do more of it. And, hey, coming at you, all right? knice.com.
Hey everybody, this is Nicole Monique, your host of That's What She Said Sports, and I wanted to take the time out to congratulate two of my favorite people, Kane and Ice. 20,000 views on YouTube. That is awesome. Congratulations, guys. I can't wait till you get to 50,000. Keep up the good work.
Shout outs to Kane and Ice for your continuing successes of reaching 20,000 views on YouTube. My name here is Rory Mitchell, the Mitchell Report Unleashed. You guys can find me on iTunes and find me on SoundCloud. Much love and appreciation to you guys, Kane and Ice. Keep building that brand. Keep building that franchise. You guys got something special there.
All right, we're back. Coming right at you, Kane and Ice. Of course, Kane repping Florida. You see him repping the U, repping Miami, you know, prison culture, all that good stuff. So how things going down?
Hater, man. You're such a hater.
How things going down in the Sunshine State?
Everything is good, man. Can't complain. Looking forward to this weekend, man. Big showdown in Tallahassee. So,
all right,
we'll be there. Live footage, live film, get some game day photos, talk to some Florida State fans. We should have some fun there, man. Looking forward to it.
Big showdown. So what's going on in Florida?
It's college football supremacy.
A street fight, something like Kimbo Slice kind of street fighting or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna set it up to Columbia to whoop everybody ass down there. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, boy. Anyway. Oh, you said Florida State, Miami. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the showdown in college football. You know what it is.
Two average football teams. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, South Carolina's not playing the Citadel this week. Okay.
Citadel is not average. But anyway,
because South Carolina is not.
South Carolina is 3-2. Could have easily been 4-1, but you know,
could have. You said
made some mistakes against Texas A&M in the fourth quarter and lost a 10-point lead. But we will redeem ourselves against Arkansas because they can't even pronounce their name correctly. Okay? A bunch of pigs. Take it to them. But anyway. Enough about that. I got to rep my man, Tim Bowers. You've heard him on the show. Motivational speaker, author. Tim Bowers Speaks, Average to Awesome. So get that book on Amazon, or you can just go to timbowerspeaks.com and get a shirt, book, you know, autograph the book, whatever. So shout out to Tim. Appreciate the shirt, man. Got support frat. So anyway, let's get to it, man. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world of sports. We're going to get to Florida State, Miami. We're going to talk about, you know, my mentor, you know, LaVar Ball. We're going to I'm sorry. You're making me laugh when you do that. We're going to talk college football. We're going to talk a little NFL. We're going to talk about your boy, well, not your boy, but, you know, guy who happens to reside in the same city I do. Nicole Monique's favorite quarterback since Peyton Manning retired. Cam Newton made some interesting statements today. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Other crazy stuff going on in the world of sports. But you know what we do. You know how we do it. So thanks, everybody, for helping us get to 20,000 views. Also, we got some special appearances coming up. So stay tuned for that. Not going to give it away yet. But appreciate all the love. So let's get to it, man. First things first. Let's start with, Big Baller Brand. LaMelo Ball, high school, I guess just started his junior year. Dad says, I don't like the coach. I don't like the way they're handling things. Pull him out of school. I'm going to train myself at home. You're a parent. What were your thoughts?
That's the most ridiculous crap that he's done yet. And he's done some ridiculous crap. No.
That's a good point. That's saying a lot.
Okay, here's my point. Okay, if you don't like the academics of the school, or you have a problem with the athletic department, or even if there's a real issue with the coach where he treats kids or something like that, that's different. But to take your son out of the school and say, I built Chino Hills. If it wasn't for the Ball boys, Chino Hills wouldn't be nothing. To take him out of the school just because the new coach said, hey, I don't know if your son's going to get them 50 shots a game that he wants.
That's a bit much, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no other issue besides himself to take him out of the game. I mean, take him out of the school. I mean, it's not the education because, this is a pretty good area of LA. So, it's not like education is the problem here.
And he let his other sons go through the school.
Yeah, his other son went through the school.
He doesn't have problems.
The issue is now that he can't get his way, and the new coach isn't going to let him run the program from the outside. So he's going to play baby, and I'm going to take my ball home and homeschool it, man. It's stupid, man. To me, it's just absolutely ridiculous, man.
Yeah. And don't get wrong, I understand for some people, homeschooling makes more sense. I understand some kids have particular issues or anxieties or whatever. And, particularly early in their academic careers, homeschooling may make more sense because, maybe you can get a different level of attention or that type of thing. What you're covering in first, second grade, the average adult could teach that, right? High school?
You hope.
I went through high school, obviously, and did pretty well. But, if I had to sit down and do some geometry problems right now, probably wouldn't work out so well, So, how do you homeschool a high schooler? And obviously, you don't have an education background, right? Let's be honest. And you obviously have to spend a lot of time, your time on TV and things like that. So, I'm a little concerned about LaMelo.
Yeah, to me, the point is, you don't hear anything about the third one, really.
The one at UCLA now, right?
Yeah. To me, Lonzo's kind of his own man. He's he's humble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how in the world he's this man's kid. I just can't figure that part out. But, LaMelo kind of acts like LaVar. He's kind of outspoken, kind of got the big mouth. I heard a story that they actually bought him a Lamborghini for his birthday. So, I mean, you're a junior in high school and you're driving a Lamborghini. You already think you're all world. Your dad thinks you're all world. I don't know if he's setting this kid up for a letdown at some point. I mean, Lonzo went into UCLA. He was his hype player, but he is nowhere hyped as his brother is right now. I mean, his brother's a junior in high school, and you hear more about him than you hear about Lonzo, who's in the NBA. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. He's putting him on this platform, and then doing this puts him on the platform. Where's he going to practice at? Who's he going to play against if he's not playing against anybody in high school? What's he going to do? Go down to the park and play some bums? That ain't going to work.
Right. And you got to look at, you can train, you can practice and all that stuff, but, at the end of the day, basketball is a game of feel and flow. You can't replicate that unless you're playing the game, in game-like conditions against, 5-on-5. So, like if you look back at the 80s, right, these guys weren't nearly well conditioned and trained as guys now are nowadays, but they knew how to play, right? They knew where to move, they knew how to move, and where to pick their spots and how to move without the ball, that type of thing. The subtleties of the game. How's he gonna learn that if he's literally not playing in a team environment, you know?
I don't know. I guess he's just gonna play the kids in the neighborhood or something like that in the backyard. I mean, that's about the only thing he has. You know,
Yeah.
maybe well, Lonzo. I mean, you know, Dad does know some. You know, he's out there in the basketball world, so he might know some JUCO kids or maybe some ex-college players or something like that they can play pickup ball against or something like that. But
But
outside of
either way,
there,
like, still
I
the
mean,
competitive, you know, I mean, I guess I'm not saying you can't be competitive if you're not playing on your high school team, whatever, but you know, still just the dynamics of being on a team and managing a whole season with personalities and some of these people you might not like and you know you like, or you know, however all that flows out. You're gonna have to get used to that if you're trying to get ready for the NBA because those seasons are long, you know, and you're together all the time, traveling around the country. You know, I mean, he would have done better. You know, who am I to tell somebody how to raise their kid? But you know, you see some of these kids who what they call reclassify.
yeah,
You know, push through this year, take some extra classes in the summer, and just go ahead and graduate, and then go on go on to college a year earlier so you can get to the NBA faster. You know, if that's you're concerned about. And after seeing his appearance on Monday Night Raw, you know, I really think LaMelo is just a little spoiled baby. Like he's the third one. You know, I think he's the
got a Lamborghini.
yeah. So I was saying the older guys maybe like dad maybe feel like they're kind of creating a little distance between themselves and dad. You know, so LaMelo, like you said, his personality seems a little more like dad's.
Yeah,
So, did have to WWE did have to offer an apology because some of the things LaMelo was yelling on live television.
that's your boy.
Yeah, God. So with all that said, you know, after we finish the show, I'm gonna talk to my wife about pulling my son out of school and focusing on his wrestling career.
And I know your wife, and that's not gonna work. So get that up right now.
I think you'll see it my way. She's an educator, so homeschooling may work out, better for us.
She don't want that headache, trust me.
Hey man, she'd be learning shapes or working on elbow drops. Like we gotta really think about this. How much money?
I think if you want him to have a future, he better learn his shapes.
It would be good. Siri will tell him what shape is which when he gets older. All right. So let's see what else we got going on. Come back here to Charlotte. Cam Newton doing Cam things. I guess
I don't know if this is Cam things or just.
And obviously me being in Charlotte, I hear more Cam interviews and that kind of thing. I don't think he's ever been a person that's been very articulate. Like some people will say.
You mean that Auburn education ain't doing him well right now?
Well, I'm not gonna say he's not smart because obviously, to pick up the NFL offensive thing, you got to have a certain level of intelligence. But what I'm saying is, I think sometimes his phrasing, a lot of times, I don't think is getting across what he wants it to, and then he gets confused when people take it the way it sounded. But I don't know. It's weird to say, or weird to try to articulate that.
It's Cam said stuff. It comes out. Most people it goes past the brain first, and then it comes out of the mouth. Sometimes Cam's got that valve. He just flips, and it doesn't go to the brain first, and it just comes right out of the mouth.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the opportunities, and he hasn't taken it back or apologized to the lady, but eventually he's gonna have to. Because they're not going to let this go.
Yeah, and the team issued. So I need to read. I know the team issued a statement. I didn't get a chance to read it before we started recording. But with all that said, for the lady, let's be honest, probably the biggest thing that's ever happened in her career, right? Like she's probably probably getting interviewed. Her Twitter followers are probably going through the roof. All this stuff because Cam literally laughed at her. She asked a simple question about the routes. which seemed like a pretty basic question. He laughed and said it's funny to hear a female talk about routes. When, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure most of the reporters in that room have run as many routes as she has. I'm pretty sure most of them probably football. So I don't know why it's funnier for her than it is for, the 350-pound, 5'4" guy that's sitting beside her,
Well, like I said, even, he's all. I mean, this, just happened, hours ago before we start recording here, and it's already just blown over on Twitter. It was the second hottest trending topic on Twitter, and that was, an hour after it happened. So this isn't going to cool off for a few days until, maybe to the next interview for, the pregame interview before the actual game week starts. Friday or Saturday, there's going to be another interview. So I don't know how this is going to work for him, but it's going to be a rough little week there I don't even know what to think of that right there.
I just want everybody to see this is the dude who's trying to call out women, okay? She just said something about the way he dresses, Okay, what is this? Like,
leggings and a cardigan.
Yeah, like it looked like he took Dr. Huxtable's sweater and cut it. And I don't know if he's
leggings.
Oh, hold on. I just noticed this. What is this?
That's a squirrel tail.
Oh boy. Too many things I want to say, Cam, but words I can't use on here. Okay, so Cam. Why, brother? Why?
Let's not forget he does dress like an AKA too. So.
Yeah. I think I got another one here. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Dude, anybody who ever wore this hat in public. Now, if you wore it like at the store, if you saw it and thought it was so ridiculous, you had to put it on to show somebody. But you left with it. Okay, dude, you should not be trying to call anybody out. Sorry, Cam. But anyway,
how dare you talk about Elsa's quarterback like that?
Yeah,
you're not going to hear the end of that.
That might be. This may need to be a special fashion file where I take over. This might be Isis fashion files because she likes to make fun of everybody else, but she won't touch her boy Cam. So anyway,
dude, my mom's got it. My mom's got a scarf like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like. I mean, it looks kind of like a foo-foo desperado thing going. I don't know. Like, it's very odd. Very odd look there, Cam. But anyway, all right, let's see. All right,
that's your quarterback, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I am good on that one. But Cam, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, only thing I think of is if he's planning to run for president, so he's just trying to, build up his troll credentials, to Donald Trump level. And
he's got a long way to go. Then he's got a long.
Well, yeah, but he's starting now. He's giving some time. Got a few more years in the NFL before it's time to go on to that next thing.
We'll see.
I forgot about this one. I forgot about the I don't know. I don't know what these are. House shoes, or I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Dorothy
the sweater,
slippers
the sweater. The sweater, cool. The jeans, yeah. Then we get down to these. I ain't gonna even call them shoes, slippers, or loafers. He probably calls them loafers or something fancy. I bet you they cost a lot of money though. They probably do cost a lot of money.
Well, I mean, because you got to figure they had to be special made in his size. That mess don't come,
Yeah, because ain't no woman's foot that big.
I'm saying that mess don't come in size 15.
Not for women, no. I mean, women's shoes usually don't come that big, so you got to get them specially made.
Yeah, so, I don't know if Dorothy lost her ruby red slippers and Cam found. I don't know, but, anyway, Cam, get it together, dude. You're not a rookie. You shouldn't be saying dumb stuff like that.
Slips out sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe you need to take media media training from Marshawn Lynch or something, just keep repeating the same phrase. Or Rasheed Wallace. Both teams played hard. Just say that over and over. Keep yourself out of trouble. All right, but let's get to it. Of course, your boys, and I give you a hard time about your boys, but anytime Florida State Miami play, we know it's a big deal. They're great athletes on the field, no matter the records of the teams. A lot of these dudes we're going to see on Sundays. Obviously, blood rivalry. A lot of these dudes grew up playing against each other, knowing each other through junior high, high school. And, they're going to bring their best. And there's going to be some big plays. And we know some of the classic finishes we've seen to Florida State Miami games. And we know over the last 20, 25 years, a lot of times winning this game directly impacted who's playing for that national championship. So with all that said, I'm going to turn it over to the Hurricane expert. Kane, what do you expect to see in this matchup?
A lot of people are thinking, this is Miami's year to turn it around. Lost 7 straight to Florida State. It's been a long time since we beat them. So a lot of people are predicting, just looking at paper, how bad Florida State's played this year and how well Miami just looked just the past week, and saying this is going to be an easy win. But I just don't think it's there. I mean, like you said before, there's athletes all over the field. And in big games and rivalry games especially, you can't take for granted just because the other team's got a worse under 500 record and the other team and one team's undefeated. It's just not going to happen that way come this Saturday at 3:30 in Tallahassee. I expect a very tight game early. I think one team is Miami is going to pull away in the fourth quarter will be the difference, but I don't look for it to be a blowout like everybody else. Florida State,
going to be physical. It
will be physical at times, but like you said, one bad call, one missed coverage, and these guys take it to the house. This isn't high school where you're going to catch the guy once he breaks it. Once one of these guys breaks it, it's gone. It's over. So with Florida State, losing to Alabama and lost their quarterback in the first game, this freshman they stuck in, he's been kind of shaky. So their offense isn't, I wouldn't say, where they need to be to beat Miami. He can hit some targets if he's standing still, and he can, and if it's the first read. But if they make him go through his progressions, he's going to struggle to pass the ball a lot this week, especially with Florida State's offensive line has probably been the weak point of the whole team. And then when you reverse that, Miami's strength of the whole team is the defensive line. So there's your matchup right there. Florida State's offensive line, can they give him some time to pass? Can they open up some holes for their running game? Dalvin Cook's gone. There's no more savior back there. So they've got a pretty mediocre starter in Patrick, and then they've got a flashy freshman. He's got some potential, but he's still a freshman. So you can't put him on the field on 3rd and long when you know Miami's coming for you. Because is he going to be able to pick up the block and blitz is the big problem with him being a true freshman. When you're a star running back in high school, they never ask you to block for the quarterback. They hand you the ball all the time because that's what you are. So I look for a tight game. I think Miami pulls away late. I'll be there. So I'm going to be ready to enjoy this and get back to you next week, or it's going to be a very sad weekend for me, one of the two. But we'll see.
I'm glad you said that. So I want everybody to make sure during game time you are on Twitter, you're checking out Kane_Ice. All right. And not even game time, before the game, Kane is going to be there. He is going to make you feel like you're there because he is going to be posting short videos from around the stadium, in the stadium. There's probably going to be some fights outside the stadium. Let's be honest, right? It's, Miami, Florida State.
Florida State was
probably going to be some illegal substances being abused.
Yeah, you're right. We are in Tallahassee, so anything's possible.
Yeah. I expect to see a lot of spray tans, with that Miami crowd. So
man, you got it all twisted, man. You come on, man. Spray tan.
Now, okay. So let me ask you, because I know you go down to Miami to a lot of games. Are they selling the turnover change yet?
They're not selling them, but people are actually making their own. I saw I saw a YouTube video where a guy was advertising, and he's gonna make the chains and he's selling them. But no, I haven't seen a whole lot of them yet because we haven't had a home game since the chain actually came out earlier in the season. We got the following week at Georgia Tech will be in Miami, so we'll see that. But they do have the next best thing. They have a T-shirt with the chain drawn on it. I gotta give you one of those, man. I'm gonna send you one, man. I'm gonna send you.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
I'm gonna send you one.
Yeah, just don't send it to me. Okay. All right. So, obviously, a lot of exciting stuff is going on in NFL. Some surprising teams. You know, the Jets have won 2 games. They're 2-2. That is the most shocking thing to me. I really thought they were just going to be like total garbage and maybe win 1 game. They've already won 2. And it's so funny how football, you know, confidence can go a long way.
The funny thing is the Patriots and the Jets have the same record after a quarter of the season.
That's crazy. And I just saw the Panther offense get destroyed by the Saints in Charlotte. I was at the game. And then they go to New England and light New England up. Man.
Shut down by the Saints, light the Patriots up on the road.
And I saw somewhere the Patriots have given up, I think, the 2nd most points in the league this season.
Wow.
They're struggling. Yeah. They've given up.
Yep. Most times they've got lit up at home. I think the Chiefs scored 42 and the Panthers scored, 34, 38 on them last week.
And, you know, I mean, they beat the Texans, but the Texans scored a bunch of points on them with a rookie.
Yeah. But I'm going to cut them even short. They beat the Texans when Deshaun Watson wasn't the starter that game. He came in the 3rd quarter, and he brought them slightly back. But, you know, he ended up not being able to get them all the way back to the lead and take the game. But, yeah, Deshaun Watson didn't even start that game. So the Patriots have been
they've given up a lot of big plays, like over 70-yard plays. So – I don't know, it's been an interesting season so far. Of course, we're 1/4 of the way through now. So, you know, you already got Derek Carr hurt. You know, Marcus Mariota's hurt. You know, and Kaepernick is still on the sideline, amazingly. But E.J. Manuel has a job. You know, Brandon Wheaton got signed.
Brandon Wheaton got signed, and he hasn't played football in 2 years.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. But you know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just want to remind everybody to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave some comments, hit us up. Make sure you hit us up on Facebook. All right, interact with us there. You know, we're posting videos regularly on Twitter now. We'll probably be doing more of that. Some more diversity in shows. You may see like Kane's gonna do like a Miami-based show, you know, every week. I'm gonna probably start doing like a South Carolina thing, just to give you more content, mix things up, keep it fresh. I got a lot of exciting stuff going on in the world of sports, you know. So it's hard for both of us to get together and cover it, but we're definitely gonna get together at least once a week and bring you this Kane and Nice show. But also they're gonna be spinoffs, you know. So the parents are having children, and you know, it's just going to be more entertainment for you guys. All right. So keep hitting those like buttons, and you know, help us out. All right. Every comment, every time you give us that thumbs up, that helps us out. All right. So keep that up.
Yep. So we're a quarter through the season here. Just let's take the NFC. Who are your top teams in the NFC?
I mean, I gotta say the Falcons. I know they lost, but I gotta say the Falcons are one of the top teams. I want to say my Eagles. You know, I want to say my Eagles, but I don't want to sound like a homer. And the Eagles aren't a dominant team; they're just playing well. You know, and I think they're building something. So I don't think we've seen the best of them yet. I think the Vikings are good, but their quarterback situation is, you know, kind of weird.
Yeah.
I I think Detroit's good. I just, I think they don't get enough props. I think Detroit is sneaky good.
Yeah, I'm just afraid because they fade every year. They're always starting contention, but they fade every
Good point.
year.
Great point.
Yeah. To me, I think right now I don't think I ain't gonna say it's not close. Washington, to me, they're 2-2, but they're playing some good ball. They're real tough. They're physical. They have what you need. They can run the ball. They can stop the run. The secondary is pretty good. I'll be a homer. I agree with you about the Eagles. I think we're playing well. I don't think we're dominant. I think the Cowboys are going to take a step back and stay back a little bit this year. They may sneak into the playoffs, but they're not doing what they were hoping to do at the beginning of the season.
They're not getting the playoffs this year.
The Falcons are a tough team, but they don't look the same since Shanahan's not there this year for some reason. Looks like they've taken a little step back on offense.
Julio's hurt now.
Yeah, and their defense was never, outstanding to begin with. But to me, I think the best team in the NFC right now is the Rams. They're young. You've got Todd Gurley, who is probably right now, besides Kareem Hunt, the best running back in the league. You've got receivers. You've got 7 first-round picks on your defense. You got Ogletree. Yeah, you got Ogletree. You got Donald. These boys can lock it down in the secondary too.
Golf is starting to look like this is why he got drafted high.
Yeah, it's starting to take fruition now. And like I said, they got rid of Jeff Fisher, and now they're ready to play some ball. Now I think you get rid of that loser, and it's time to turn on the switch now. And I really think that's happening. Tell you what, me and you were going to LA, and we were going to this Rams and Eagles game. I'm not holding optimism right now.
West, y'all. Hey, so we got anybody who watches the show out in LA, we're gonna be out there for the Eagles game in December. Already booked the flights. So hit us up. We connect. Hey, we'll do a show out there with you, Just take us to get some chicken and waffles, and it's all good, baby. All right, so let's flip over to AFC. Who are the teams there that you think are best?
I think it starts off. It's pretty obvious where you start off in the AFC right now. I think the Chiefs are kind of
Big Red got them rolling, man.
Yeah, they remind me of the Rams because you got to think they were bad for so long, and they accumulated all these first round picks that now they're starting to come to fruition, and they're actually starting to use that talent that they have.
They've benefited from drafting guys like Hill, Hunt, who weren't drafted high.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hill had some issues that caused his stock to drop.
You got several number 1 picks on that defense, a couple on that defensive line, a couple at linebacker as well. So this team is pretty stacked. And right now, to me, Travis Kelce's the best tight end in the league right now. So you combine that with the talent they have and
the speed, you're right.
And Alex Smith isn't Mr. Checkdown anymore. He's chucking it down the field now.
Well, that and also, they pretty much run a college offense.
Yeah.
Like the scheme, like all the movement and the run pass options and
that's Andy Reid, man. That's Andy Reid. That's what he does.
And I think a lot of these pro defense coordinators, they're not used to seeing that. And so I think, it's, outside of the box. And so I think there's some confusion about how to handle it. And with Hunt and Hill, they have so much speed that, to your point earlier about college, the guys in college, you one misstep or one hesitation, boom, that's a 70-yard touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Because those dudes are just so fast. Yeah, obviously KC. Yeah, you're right. Probably is the best. I thought the Raiders were going to be up there, but
yeah, the Raiders are kind of disappointing me this year. I think if you go to the AFC North, Pittsburgh is always going to be around. I just don't think their defense is going to be good enough to get them where they need to be. Right. They got a lot of work on that. They've got some offensive pieces. Everybody knows that, but the defense isn't where I think it needs to be. I can't figure out the AFC East. I thought the Patriots were going to be the Kings again, but it doesn't look like they want to step up to the plate. But the surprise, I don't know if anybody is going to want to deal with the Texans later in the season right now. The Texans are the same way. You got first-round draft picks all over that defense. You got two bookends. You got Clowney and Watt. You got a defense there. You got a running back. You got wide receiver. Now it looks like you probably got a quarterback. So, I mean, we're talking about a Texas team that was probably ready to win a couple of years ago.
Right.
And now they've got a quarterback that can put some points on the board. Yeah, and there is nobody else in the AFC South to stop them. So go ahead and watch this. The Texans are going to walk away with the division. And because of that good record, they're going to accumulate playing that terrible division. Somebody's going to have to.
Colts are garbage.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to come down there and play them boys in the playoffs.
Jacksonville's come back to earth. All right, so anyway. All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Come back next week. We are officially 20,000 views. Couldn't have done it without you. Kane, man, I appreciate you. So anyway, everybody, make sure Saturday you're on Twitter. Check it out. And he's going to be repping Miami. He may even wear a jersey with the prison stripes, you know, and a Loot Records bandana. That'll be Kane.
That I will do.
And a knockoff turnover chain. A knockoff of a knockoff. How cool is that? That you can wear a knockoff.
You're just so jealous. You're just so jealous. I know. What you gonna wear? What South Carolina wear? Barbed wire?
Wear shirts that say Cox.
I'm not wearing anything that refers to penises.
You'll be in Columbia soon, baby, because somebody had that foresight to bet against the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just make sure the tickets are nice and cheap. So when they play the Citadel, let me know and we can go because the tickets won't be for about $5-10 each. So that's good.
I know playing Citadel Wofford this year. I need to look that up. But anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. CaneIce.com. We got a lot of great stuff coming. All right, peace.